So today I'm going to talk about a cartoon, but it's not just any cartoon, it's a very special cartoon. But before I talk about it, I'm going to talk about cartoons in general first. Now think about your favorite cartoons. Most of them will probably be in between the time frame of the early 80s to the early 2000s. And this era in animation was known as the American Animation Renaissance. And that was basically a time when cartoons were being renewed to be better than their 60s and 70s crappy counterparts. And boy, were they renewed. Because, as you will all probably agree, that these cartoons are some of the best cartoons you've ever grew up with. But today's cartoons aren't in that era. The reason for this is basically you can segregate cartoons of today into two different kinds of cartoons. There's adult animation, which are basically shows like The Simpsons, Family Guy, Futurama, South Park, which are basically aimed at a more mature audience. And then the cartoons for kids are pretty much very sad cartoons, which are dumbed down versions of their early generations, and they're more realistic. And what I mean about this is that if I want to watch a cartoon, I want to watch something cartoony. If I want to watch something realistic, I'll watch a live action show. Makes sense, right? Well, that brings me to my current show, which is My Little Pony: Friendship's Magic. Now, just by hearing that name, I'm sure that you've all had some emotional reaction of some sort. Well, I will explain to you why this show is worth your time. It's not just some girly sunshine and rainbows show. So, the plot of the show is basically that there is no plot. It's a series of episodic slice of life episodes that basically don't have any sort of like story to them. They employ a moral at the end of each episode, and they don't try to overbear you with it. It talks about the problems and the hardships that you face in friendship, which is basically a pretty mature kind of topic when you're talking about a show that's aimed at 4 to 6-year-old girls. So the crew of My Little Pony is made by professionals. Lauren Faust, which was like the head honcho behind My Little Pony, created shows like The Powerpuff Girls, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, and some animated movies such as The Iron Giant and Quest for Camelot. One of the lead voice actors of the show, Tara Strong, was a lead character in plenty of shows that you may have loved, like Timmy Turner in Fairly Odd Parents, Bubbles in Powerpuff Girls, and she was also Raven in Teen Titans, and several other characters. But why is the show so appealing? Well, for one thing, it's not girly. The show was created so that the whole family can enjoy it. To quote Lauren Faust, cartoons for girls don't have to be a puddle of smooshy, cutesy-wootsy, goody two-shoesness. Girls like stories with real conflict. Girls are smart enough to understand complex plots. Girls aren't as easily frightened as everyone seems to think. So, and it's not girly. It's that the art is great, the animation is smooth, the jokes are funny, the music is catchy, and the voice acting is superb. But now, which brings me to the fans of the show, the bronies, which is a portmanteau of the words bro and ponies. Bro being the masculine part of the word, and ponies being the feminine part of the word, making it a gender-neutral term, regardless to what people think. And the people behind the show have noticed these people. They've recognized them, and they've employed some of the things that they've had in their fandom, such as they noticed some background characters which were kind of odd. So the show made them official in the actual show. They made spoofs of songs like Equestria Girls, which is a parody of Katy Perry's California Girls, and they made a spoof of the iPhone commercial. There's a pony for that. And these are things that most 4-year-old girls wouldn't really know that well about. They've also interacted with the bronies, the most recent one being in BronyCon, which is BRO, New York City on. And it's basically a place where it was a big convention where crew and fans alike gathered together to share some material. And bronies make lots of great material. They make great art, they make great fan fiction, they make music, they make video games, they make flash animations, they make all sorts of things. And you shouldn't really judge a book by its candy-colored sunshine and rainbows cover, because the show is astounding, and I hope I've convinced you a little bit to give this a second thought. So thank you and have a good day.